Hey everyone, and thank you so much for joining us here in the Storm Tracker 16 Weather Center. We're currently in the studio because I'm going to be giving you a latest weather update on those storms that are rolling through central and northeastern Pennsylvania right now. I don't think they have that severe quality like they had out in western Pennsylvania, but I still want to give you the current setup. This is what it looks like right now on current clouds and radar. There's a low pressure system just to our north, and with this draping front, it's bringing in cooler air and also the risk for some thunderstorms. I want to give you a closer look. You can see where those thunderstorms are currently located. They already moved through Williamsport. Lycoming County is pretty much wrapped up with them currently moving through Sullivan County and into the Valley cities over the next hour or so. I want to give you a closer look right now at where it's headed. You can see some heavier bouts of rain near Harvey's Lake, also Mashopin, but you don't see as many lightning flashes as you did earlier. You're also not seeing those cloud symbols as you saw just near Hughesville. You see that cloud symbol? That indicates that the storm that's moving through there had the capacity to hold some hail within it, but the updrafts are no longer strong enough to be able to support a cloud that could support some hail. So I don't think that these storms are of the severe qualities that they had earlier when they were moving through central Pennsylvania and even western Pennsylvania earlier today near Pittsburgh. There was a tornado warning between 5 and 5:30. So these storms were packing a punch out in western Pennsylvania, but I really don't see that happening right now. Looking a little bit further to the south, these are still holding on to some of their intensity, but not enough to be called severe. We're not seeing any severe thunderstorm watches or warnings, but we are seeing some lightning strikes near Mifflinburg and Sunbury, currently dealing with a downpour. Shamokin, you're up next, and this is going to be Schuylkill County's second bout with some of these rain showers. You can see them moving towards the south and east, and as they do so, they're going to continue to give a quick downpour throughout, I'd say Mahanoy City is going to see it in about an hour or so. Bloomsburg will also see a little bit heavier rain shower as we go through the next hour or so. This is your current advisory, watch, and warning map. Clear. Nothing. Earlier today, we saw severe thunderstorm warnings for western Pennsylvania near Pittsburgh. Again, that's where they saw the tornado warning. Now these storms have pretty much lost a lot of their energy that they had earlier today. Earlier today, they were, central Pennsylvania was under a marginal risk for some severe weather. So we were talking about the possibility of seeing some pea-sized hail, some high winds. Tornadoes weren't in our forecast here in central Pennsylvania, neither was flash flooding. But, you know, as these storms rolled through, like Lycoming, Clinton counties, also Tioga and Potter counties, that's when they had the risk of possibly producing some of this hail and high winds. I do think we could see some wind gusts, maybe 20 or 30 miles per hour, but nothing over 50 miles per hour like what we saw earlier. We're just seeing those temperatures start to lessen. And with lessened temperatures and also lower humidity values, these storms are kind of running into the things that would cause them to dissipate rather than fuel and energize. This is the current view in Williamsport where the rain showers already moved through. You can see we're starting to see some sunset there along the horizon. And here are those dew points. Remember I had talked about the fact that these storms are running into lower dew points. So out in central Pennsylvania, those dew points were in the mid-60s. Very humid air, very easy to cause that lift in the atmosphere. But now that it's running into this dew point of the 50s value and also into the upper 40s near Mount Pocono, with less humidity, these storms are going to continue to dissipate as they move their way eastward. There's your current temperatures across the region. You can see where the rain has already moved through. Temperatures in the 60s for the northern tier, also through Lycoming County, but still in the 70s there for Bloomsburg, for Stillwater, Nanticoke at 75, Scranton still sitting at 81. Look at that difference in a very short distance. Forkston at 67, Scranton at 81, and that's because the rain showers have already moved through there. When you have rain showers, they don't just bring down rain, they also bring down colder air from the upper atmosphere, and that's what we're seeing. Rain-cooled air pooling out underneath these storms, and that's what's happening in our northern tier, why temperatures are much cooler there. And since we're starting to see that peak heating on the downslope of that peak heating that we normally see throughout the day, normally our hottest temperature is around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're now at 7 o'clock, and we're not seeing those temperatures that are strong enough to be able to supply these storms with the fuel that they need. We're going to continue to see some downpours as we go through the next hour or two. I think it's going to reach Scranton by 8 or 9 o'clock, so within the next hour or so. And then we're pretty much wrapped up with this system by around midnight. We clear out overnight tonight. We wake up to temperatures in the 80s again tomorrow. Lots of clear skies, especially in the morning hours. We might have some fog right before sunrise. That might be an issue for you traveling before sunrise. I know a lot of people are traveling for Memorial Day weekend in cars, so just intend on some extra time, not just for traffic, but also for fog very early in the morning. Then we clear that fog out. Looks clear all throughout the day on Sunday. I think we're going to keep it dry pretty much all of Sunday. We might see an isolated sprinkle in the late afternoon. I think that's all for Sunday. Then we start clouding up by the time we get to 10 o'clock, and then by midnight, just after midnight, that's when our next round of some storms roll through Monday morning, and they continue through around 7:30 in the morning. But your Memorial Day forecast is not a complete washout. Yes, we're going to have some storms. Yes, they have a slight risk of being severe, but I do think we're going to have a dry period of between 10, 11, 10, 12, 1 in the afternoon. We might see significant drying out, maybe just a sprinkle or two around before our next round of thunderstorms bubbles up around 2 o'clock and then pushes its way eastward. By the time we get to 5, we could be dealing with this pretty strong line of thunderstorms that could be causing a downpour, maybe some high winds, maybe some small hail as well. Right now, the SPC or Storm Prediction Center is tagging this with about a 15% chance of being severe. But then it's going to move through central and northeastern Pennsylvania. By the time it gets to 8 o'clock, we might be in another dry period. For some of us, we might be drying out. Some of others in the Poconos may be dealing with some stronger storms. We're going to continue to see on and off storms overnight, Monday into Tuesday. Things don't wrap up for us until early Tuesday morning. That's when we finally clear out, and it looks like Tuesday through the day looks like it's going to be fine. Maybe an isolated shower in the late hours on Tuesday, but Tuesday will be primarily dry as well. Unfortunately, your Monday forecast, not the greatest, but there are some spots in between that you can get out and go to parades and observe your Memorial Day to make sure that we honor our veterans who have all passed away in serving in duty. This is what I'm forecasting for tonight. Dwindling showers, 62 degrees. Remember, there could be some fog tomorrow morning, so take it a little bit slower tomorrow. Sunrise is around 5:35 a.m., and that's when I think that fog could be densest in isolated locations. Then that fog burns off. Things look great for your day on Sunday. But if you're traveling tonight, we're going to continue to deal with these storms. That's why I have this road with the red mark. Normally when you open up your maps on your phone and you see traffic, well, that's why I have that there. You're probably going to have to slow down as you see these thunderstorms through Scranton this evening. Then by the time we get to around 10 o'clock, things look like smooth sailing overnight if you're traveling for Memorial Day. The best time to travel is before 8 o'clock, so now that we're around 8, the best time to travel was about an hour ago. If you are going to travel tonight, maybe you're coming home from a Memorial Day party, you're going to want to make sure that you wait until after 10 p.m. By the time these storms roll out, it'll be much better driving conditions. If you are observing Memorial Day as we go through your day on Monday, remember there will be on and off storms. 77 will be your high temperature. And that will be a little bit cooler than what we've been used to. We've seen temperatures in the 80s for the past few days, and including tomorrow, but we'll drop down to the 70s for your Memorial Day. Keeping it dry for tomorrow. Memorial Day will have those rounds of storms. Tuesday, we'll get rid of the storms by the time we get to sunrise. I think it's going to be a primarily dry day. More showers on Wednesday, spotty in nature, clearing out for Thursday and Friday. As a matter of fact, Thursday, look at that high temperature, only 68 degrees. We're going to have less humidity, lower temperatures, but lots of sunshine. So that's going to feel a lot more like early May, late April than late May, early June. Hope you had a great weekend so far, your Saturday of your Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully you have a great day tomorrow. Remember, you can still get out and enjoy anything that's going on across the region to observe Memorial Day on your Sunday. It's just Monday that we're watching those storms that may move through. We'll probably be giving you updates as we move through on Memorial Day, as these storms might have a severe characteristic as well. Take it easy this evening and make sure you take it a little bit slower on the roads if you find yourself in one of those storms. They will be quick in nature. Have a great night.